morning everybody, welcome to today's session. Don't think I've had to teach a session when it's been raining the whole time we've been doing this, so I'm not sure how much you can hear the rain tapping down on the roof, but it might be quite a relaxing backing track to our session. Not as nice as the birds though, but we'll see how we go. Let's get started. Okay, let's do our neck stretches that we've been doing for the last few days. So you can stay standing if you don't like being in a knelt position. Remember, we're tipping our head over to the side, bringing the hand over onto that ear to pull the head further down and reaching the other arm away. Just nice deep breaths. We're going to swap sides, so we're tipping over. Take the hand on the head, pulling down, reaching away. We're going to do each side one more time. We're tipping over. Take the arm across, arm reaches away. Last time on the other side, tipping over, hand across, reaching the arm away. And relaxing now. We're going to be laying down to our breathing. So lay on your back, knees bent, feet on the floor, and you're looking up towards the ceiling. Just resting those arms down beside you. We want to be in a neutral position, so you should have a little gap underneath your lower spine. Arms are resting down. And we're just going to take nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as we're taking those nice deep breaths in and out, we just want to think about the position of those hips. So imagine you've got a torch on each hip bone, they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. So think shoulders away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. You want to take that weight evenly through the feet. So big toe, little toe, and heel. And just gently tightening through the tummy. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck the pelvis under, so you're flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding there. And releasing back out. So we're still taking nice deep breaths. Don't worry too much if your breathing's getting confused here. What we want to do is try and get that nice strong flat back position as you're tucking under. So we're using just the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move. So try to avoid squeezing your bottom. And this next one we hold. Holding here, so you've got that strong flat back position. We're going to start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, I want you to tighten all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. Tightening in and release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. And as you're tightening, it should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to halve this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we still want to keep this upper body nice and relaxed. Shoulders away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. And if you are feeling tense, just turn those palms up to the ceiling so you're really opening up through the chest. We're pulling the tummy all the way down. So think belly button to the spine. Remember that weight is even for your feet, so big toe, little toe and heel. We're halving one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're going to bring both legs up into a tabletop position. So think knees are above your hips, shins are parallel to the ceiling. We're going to glue those legs together. As you breathe out, you're tipping both legs over to the side. Release one hip from the floor. Inhale to the center. We're swapping sides, tipping over, releasing that hip. Come back to the center. Tipping over. And center. Tipping over. And center. So as you're tipping over, although one hip is releasing from the floor, keep both of your shoulders in contact with your mat. So the twist comes through your waist. You're using your tummy muscles to take you over to the side. To bring you back into the centre where we find this strong flat back position. And again over onto the other side. So make sure as you come into the centre you've got the pelvic floor nice and tightened. Nice deep breaths. The shoulders are away from the ears. Let's take 2 more on each side. We're going to tip over and centre. Tipping over and centre. Last one on each side, tipping over and centre. Tipping over and centre. From there we're hugging those knees into the chest. And then we're going to go onto our hands and knees for a stretch in the back. So take your hands underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. So your tummy to be nice and tightened here. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck the pelvis under, so we're curving the back. Arching the spine, drop your head. Take a deep breath in to stay. As you exhale, let your pelvis go back to your start position. We're working through the spine, piece by piece, and lifting the head. Again, tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. We hold, releasing out through the spine, lifting the head. So we want to get lots of movement through the back. Working into each section piece by piece. So if you have any areas that are feeling really stiff or sore, we're slowing them down. Excuse me. So just take your time so you can get each vertebrae moving one by one. So as we're curving the back, we're tucking under, pulling that tummy all the way in as much as you can. As you're releasing back to your start position, I want you to think about those shoulders coming away from your ears. We're going to take 2 more here, tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head, we hold, and we release out through the spine. Lifting that head. Last one here, tucking under to curve. Arching the spine and dropping the head and hold. Releasing out through the back, piece by piece. Lifting the head. We're going to come into a shell stretch back, so bottom to your feet, reaching the hands out in front. And then from here, we're going to go on to our sides. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. So as you're laying down, those knees are stacked one on top of the other. You're resting your head down and your arms are coming out nice and long, palm to palm. So from here, we're going to lift our top arm up so our fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Before lifting back up and over, to come down palm to palm. So top arm is lifting. Take the head with you as you're twisting away. We're holding here to stretch before we lift back up and over to come down palm to palm. So make sure those legs are staying glued together. Nice and grounded. So we're getting this nice twist through the top of the body, through the waist. Nice deep breath, so you don't want to be holding the breath at any point. The arm is stretching from the fingertips all the way into the armpit. So get this really open position through the chest. Looking at that hand for as long as you can. Getting a nice range of movement through the neck. Let's take 2 more on this side. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. We're twisting away, holding here as we stretch. Before coming up and over. Back down, palm to palm. Last one here, we're lifting up. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Hold. Come back up and over. Back down, palm to palm. So then we're going to swap sides. So taking your time to either change the end of the mat that you're at, or just roll over to face the other direction. So remembering that those knees are bent, legs are stacked. Arms are nice and long. Palm to palm, rest that head down. Lifting the top arm up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. We're twisting away, holding here for your stretch. Lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. The top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Come back up and over. To come down palm to palm. So we're keeping the legs glued together. Remember to get that twist through your waist. Nice deep breaths. Stretching from the fingertips to the armpits. Really opening up in your chest. And following that hand as long as we can. Keeping a good range of movement in both sides of the neck. We've got 2 more here, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. We're twisting away, holding here. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. I think I missed one off, so let's go again just for luck. Lifting up, taking the head with you, twisting away, we hold. Come up and over. Back down, palm to palm. Take a nice full body stretch. You can roll onto your back for this. We will be staying on our backs, but if you need to, then grab yourself a drink. So as you're laying down on your back, you want to have your knees bent, feet on the floor, looking up to the ceiling. So we want to be in a neutral position with our lower back. So you've got that curve under your spine, just enough room for that hand to go underneath. Just rest the arms down beside you. We're going to take a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. As you exhale, we're going to lift those shoulders from the floor, reaching the arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up. Hold. Control back down. So you're using your tummy muscles to lift you. Pulling that belly button all the way down. This chin to chest position is there to try and keep that neck nice and relaxed. So you're thinking big nod of the head, then use the tummy to lift you. Deep breaths. The shoulders are reaching away from you. Sorry, the arms are reaching away from you, keeping your shoulders down. We've got 2 more here. Then we're going to change the position of the arms. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up, reaching those arms. We hold. Control back down. The same that we've done all week. You're going to bring those arms across the chest, so you're giving yourself a nice hug. Again, nice chin to chest position, breathe in. Exhale, lifting those shoulders. We hold. Control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up, we're holding. Control back down. So just take a moment to make sure that your shoulders haven't lifted just because you changed the position of your arms. They should stay down and relaxed. Tighten that pelvic floor. Deep breaths. Got 2 more here, then we'll change our arms one last time. Chin to chest, lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Last one, chin to chest, lifting up. Control back down. From here, your hands are coming one on top of the other, and you're placing them either on top of your forehead or behind your head for support. Completely up to you which one you prefer. Sorry, I'm wriggling around a lot. I'm a bit uncomfortable in my lower back. So it depends for you which one is best. It's completely your choice. So again, we're taking a breath in to nod. Exhale to lift. We're holding. Control back down, chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. If you are supporting the head, just make sure that you're still getting that nodding position and that your hands are on your head, not on your neck. Still really tighten through the tummy and the pelvic floor. Shoulders are away from the ears. Get those elbows wide so your chest is open. Let's take 2 more here. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Last one. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Hug those knees into your chest. And then from there we're going either onto our knees, into a knelt position, or you're going to be laying on your front. So if you're laying on your front, get those legs long, and your hands are mat width apart and in line with your ears. If you're kneeling, then you're getting those knees directly under your hips, nice and close together, relaxing those arms down beside you. You want your shoulders to be down, and you're just taking a very slight nod of your head, so that we're not flinging the head backwards as we're leaning. So just a very slight nod. So from here, as you breathe in, you're going to tighten your tummy and start to lean back and away from the legs. So we're going to breathe in to lean back. Exhale, squeeze your bottom to lift back up. Inhale to lean. Exhale, squeeze to lift up. Leaning back. Squeeze, drive those glutes to lift. So make sure the tummy is staying tightened the whole time that you're moving. Nice deep breaths. We've got 2 more here, then we'll change the arms. Leaning back, squeeze and lift. Last one, leaning back, squeeze and lift. If you're laying on your front, you're going to take to alternating the arm that you lift as you're coming away from the floor. If you're kneeling, you're bringing those arms across you, again like you're giving yourself a hug. Those shoulders stay down, you keep that gentle nodding of your head. Inhale to lean back. Exhale, squeeze to lift. Leaning back. Squeeze to lift. Leaning back. And we lift. Leaning back. And we lift. Let's take 2 more here. Leaning back. And we lift. Leaning back. And we lift. Relaxing there. We're going into another shell stretch. So bottom to the feet. Reaching those arms out in front. From here we're going onto our backs for the 100. So, we're going to be on our backs. You have your knees bent and feet on the floor just while I'm talking through and demonstrating. So what we want to think about is having a really strong flat back position. So make sure you're really tucked under and there's no gap underneath your lower spine. From here, you're going to be lifting your legs up into a lengthened position. So as you come up, just extend those legs as much as you can. Doesn't matter here if you still need to keep some bend through your knees. Yeah, it's a position that's comfortable for you to sustain for the whole exercise. So if you need that bend, that's fine. From there, if your neck and shoulders are sore, leave your head down. If not, you're going to be nodding the head, lifting the shoulders up, arms along and your palms are facing the floor. And we're just doing our usual beating up and down of the arms for 100 repetitions. 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. So the arms will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Then the hands are behind your head. We're going to 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards those legs. Drop the head down, arms are resting beside you. Your legs should still be as long as you can maintain, and you're going to crisscross with your legs. So your legs are going to crisscross for 2 sets of 8. If your legs are bent, it's the bottom of your leg that will crisscross. Then when we finish there, we're going to hug those knees in and take a full body stretch. Okay? So make sure you've got that nice, strong, flat back position. So really tuck under and lose that gap. When you're ready, lift your legs up into a lengthened position. Doesn't matter if you need that bend. Then if you're lifting the upper body, we nod the head, lift the shoulders. We're all taking those arms nice and long. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, take those hands behind your head. We've got sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5. Tummies in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting that head down, the arms are coming down beside you. Your legs should still be as long as you can maintain. We're crisscrossing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there. Hug those knees in. And if you need to come out into a full body stretch, you can give those legs a little shake out if you want to. And from there, we're going to come up to sitting. So if you need to, grab yourself a drink. So we're going to go into our stretch forwards with the legs out nice and long. And this is quite selfishly because my back feels really tight and sore today. So this stretch is more for me than it is for you guys, but you'll still benefit from it. So we're going to start with both of those legs reaching out nice and long. We have done this one before. Try and keep yours quite close together. Mine are going to be parted. So you're walking your hands down your legs, because your legs will be in the centre. You're going to walk forwards as far as you can go and just hold that position. So you can hold on to wherever you are on the legs. So it's as close to the knees, it doesn't matter, or towards the ankle. If you can touch your foot, try not to grab the toes, but think of grabbing the middle of the foot, so around the outside, and that's where you'll stay. If you're not quite there, just grab hold of wherever you are on the leg. Really drop that head, so think nose to knee. Just staying there to take some nice deep breaths, in and out. So breathing in, and out, in, and out. Just holding their deep breaths. See if you can reach that a little bit further. just walk yourself back up. Sitting up nice and tall. From here, we're going to take one foot into the side. So you've got one leg bent, one leg nice and long. We're going to do exactly the same thing here. So you're just going to start to walk down the leg as far as you can go. That doesn't matter where that is on your leg, whether it's high, or it's further down on the foot. You're thinking nose to knee. So dropping that head, taking nice deep breaths. You might find, if you've picked your favourite leg, which is generally the most flexible one, you might find that you've got a lot more movement here than you did when you had both of your legs out in front. And that'll be because generally we're more flexible on one side than the other. And that's what stops you from being able to get a bit further when both legs are out. This should also mean you're feeling a nice stretch in the back of your leg here. We're going to stay here, but if you're flexible enough to, I want you to bring this folded in leg behind you. If not, just stay with the foot to the leg. That's just opening up in this hip. Should still be taking those nice deep breaths. Bring yourself back up. We're obviously going to do the other leg. So one leg long, the other leg folded in to the side, foot to the thigh. You're going to walk yourself down that leg. The leg can be directly in front, dropping the nose to the knee. Just holding onto that leg. Kind of have an element of pulling yourself down a little bit. It's going to help you to stretch the leg, just lengthen into that lower back a bit more. So you can quite clearly see, if you have been looking, that I'm not as flexible on this left side as I am on my right. And then we're staying here, but if you can, taking that leg behind, holding here. Increasing that stretch of the leg, opening up in that hip. That nice deep breathing. Bring yourself back up. We're going to do one more stretch with both legs out long, just to see, personally, if stretching out both of your legs individually has made a difference to stretching out both legs together. Okay, so just repeating to see if we've got a little bit more movement there as we stretch forwards. Start nice and tall, just sliding those hands down. Start to curve that back, drop the head. So just going as far as you can. Remember, we can take some breaths and just creep forwards if we want to. But think of dropping that head. Nice deep breaths. Then see if you can just reach that a little bit further. Before we then decide to come back up. So up nice and tall. Just take a moment if you need to centre yourself, get yourself back together, especially if you're feeling dizzy. Grab yourself a drink if you need it. And we're going to go into arms. So if you need to grab your weights or your baked bean tins, then you can do that now. So we're going to be going into the same routine we did on Wednesday, I think it was. Like I said before, I really have no idea what day is what at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the arms out long, circle forwards, circle back. push up, push down, push forwards, push back for 8 of each. Rest, same again. Then we've got 2, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do our stretches up that we did on Wednesday. So you're going to be stretching up, up. So 2 sets of 8 there, rest, 2 sets of 8. Then we're going to take our arms again out to the side, keeping your weights if you're using them. And you're going to do the same stretch that you do up to the side. So it's like a reach over and over. So the arms stay long. So if you're using those weights, you're going to start to really feel that as you try and keep the arms out there. Okay? If you're not using weights, it doesn't matter. This is still a really nice arm workout and working out for the tummy and the waist. Okay? So, kneeling or standing if you prefer. Grab your weights if you're using them. Take your arms out to the side. We're circling forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing down. Chance for you to just itch your face. Then we're ready to go again. Circle forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest down. Well done. Okay, so then we're doing our stretches. You can still use those weights if you want to. Doesn't matter if you're not. Arms reach up nice and long. If you look up to the ceiling, that's quite a nice lengthened position through the front of your body. So you're going to be reaching higher, leaning into the waist for 8, 7, these are slow, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those arms down. We're going to do those 2 sets of 8 again. Here we go, lifting up, stretch for 8, 7, 6, tummy's in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those arms down. So this time we're going to be doing the same look to the side. So really think about, don't lean the whole of your body, you're just leaning through your tummy muscles, your waist. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. I don't want to sneeze halfway through. We'll risk it. If you're using your weights, you still can here. Arms are out to the side. 2 sets of 8, here we go. Reaching over for 8, 7, 6, my hips are still, 5, 4, breathe, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest those arms down. We've got one more set of those, so 2 sets of 8 for one more time. Lifting up, here we go. Reach for 8, 7, 6, just upper body, 5, 4, breathe, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest those arms down. If you use weights, really well done, because my arms are hurting and I didn't use any extra weights. Just give those arms a little shake out. Then we're going to go on to our hands and knees. Grab a drink if you need one. Good, so resting on your hands and knees, you don't need your weights or anything here. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. So your arms are going to feel tired, you just worked them really hard and now you're bearing weight on them. So just bear that in mind and take this at your own pace. We haven't done this one for ages, so we're going to take opposite arm and leg, nice and long on the floor first. Then you're lifting up. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to come back down. Swapping sides, reaching long and lift. We're holding. Control back down, reaching long and lift. We're holding. Control back down. So I want you to get that long line on the floor first before you're lifting up. Doesn't matter how high or low your arm and your leg are travelling. What I want is that length. So straighten your knee and your elbow as much as you can. Nice deep breaths. Get the tummy really tightened, which will help with your balance and help to keep a nice long line in your back. Make sure you're working opposite arm and leg. Lots of people get confused with this one and start to do both the same side. And you're just making it so much more difficult for yourself. We're going to take 2 more on each side, reaching long and lift. Holding, down and in, reaching long and lift. Holding, down and in. 1 more on each side, reaching long and lift. Holding and down, reaching long and lift. Holding and down. As you relax there, roll those wrists. Oh, there's no rain, but I can hear those lovely birds. Okay, we're going to go on to our hands, stay on our hands and knees, sorry. This time tuck those toes under. If your wrists and your arms feel really sore, drop onto your forearms to give them a little bit of a rest, and I would rather that you had long arms for your plank and you're on your forearms for this than the other way around. So decide which one is best for you. So doing our knee lifts, as you breathe out, you're pulling that tummy all the way in. Those knees are lifting off of the floor, just an inch or so. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Lifting up. Inhale down. And down. So think, tummy pulling all the way in is what is lifting you from the floor. You're keeping that head in line. So if you're on your forearms, look straight down to the mat. If you're on long arms, look just past those fingertips. Just want to avoid dropping the head or lifting the head too far up, which is going to put strain through your neck. Let's do 4 more of these. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Last two. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Relaxing, then roll through those wrists. Make sure you give them a really nice roll through, especially if they're feeling sore. Okay, we're going to go into our planks so that we can have enough time at the end to take a nice stretch out. So I'm sure lots of you will have joined in previous days. If not, it doesn't matter. We're doing a downward dog with a press up into our plank position. I'm going to go through it with you the whole time anyway, but if you've not done it before, you might want to watch the first couple of repetitions just to grasp what I'm doing. I will do the downward dog and the press up as a full rep, but as I come into the plank, I'll be on my knees. So just bear that in mind, that you will not be on your knees. So from here, if you also if you know your wrists are really sore, stay on your forearms to take the press up out. So from here, take those hands and knees, slight diagonal angles away from your body. Keep your legs really close together here. The further away your legs are from each other, the easier you make this, which means that you're cheating. So nice and close together, we're challenging ourselves here. From here, you're going to push your bottom up as high as you can in that downward dog position. We've done these before. Doesn't matter if the heels are lifted or if the knees are bent. Staying with your bottom in this high position, this is where you're going to bend your elbows, straighten them. From there, you start to tuck your bottom under to come into your plank position. Hold here for a breath in and out. Then you can rest down. And then when you're ready, we go again. Pushing that bottom up nice and high. If you want to, just stay there to get that nice stretch. Bend those elbows, straighten them. Start to tuck your bottom under. Squeeze your bottom, pull your tummy in. Breathe in and out. Relax down. So you're taking these in your own time, there's no rush. Get a strong downward dog position. Keep that bottom high. Don't let the bottom drop. The only movement is those arms bending and straightening. From there, you're tucking under. Just watch that this bottom doesn't come too far under where you're putting pressure in your back. It's that long line. And relax. So if you need to take a little break in between, that doesn't matter. These are at your own pace. Pushing up nice and high. Nice strong shoulder press up. Tucking under. Plank position. Breathing in and out. Relaxing down. Don't forget to breathe whilst you're in your downward dog. Shouldn't be holding your breath there. Okay? So just taking them in your own time. Nice and controlled. Try not to rush through that movement. Let's do 2 more of these. Pushing up nice and high. From here we bend and straighten. Tuck that bottom under to bring yourself into a nice strong plank. Breathing in and out. Relax, you've got 1 more. Pushing up nice and high, get that strong plank. No, strong downward dog, sorry. Bend and straighten. Start to tuck under. Nice and long. And relax. Let's go into a shell stretch here. Just roll those wrists. And then hold that shell stretch and just bring your arms down beside you. It feels a bit weird, but it's quite nice at the same time. And from there, you can bring yourself up. So we're going to do our pigeon stretch. Just a nice one to get into the hips, get some length through the leg. So I'll talk you through the full pigeon stretch position, and then I'll talk you through a slightly easier variation if you struggle with knees and hips or to get the flexibility for that position. So the full pigeon position is a little bit like a mermaid with the front leg in front of you tucked under. Your back leg is long and long behind. Oh my goodness, I can't speak today, sorry. So this is tucked in front, long and behind. That leg can be bent or lifted if that's easier. This position is just not going to happen. Then what you're going to do is bring your front leg up so your foot is flat on the floor. And you can either take your back leg bent or lifted or long, whichever is better for you. You're working the same muscles, your leg is just in a different position. Okay, so choose which one you prefer. From there, you're either resting your hands down in a lifted position, or if you feel flexible enough and you still get a stretch here, drop yourself down. So it doesn't matter if you're still high. Some people can get down low, but they actually find they get a better stretch in this position. So it's whichever you would prefer, really. And some of you will feel the stretch in different places. That will depend on how flexible you are. But I'm feeling it round here, up into this glute. I'm just feeling a lot of length through that back leg. This is a nice open position back here for that hip long. Sort of closing in here, but you're getting the stretch underneath. Nice deep breaths. Don't hold your breath while you're here. Same when you're in that variation with the foot with the knee high. Length through that back leg. Even if it's bent, think of length through the hip especially. That's what you're thinking. And relaxing there. So untangle yourself whichever stretch you're in. And then we're swapping sides. So you're either bringing that leg tucked under and in front with the back leg behind, or you should have your foot beside your hand with your leg behind and bent or straight. So again, either in that high position. If you're high, get that chest lifted. If not, you're dropping down. So the same thing here. This is really long through all these supporting muscles in the hips. I don't know how well you can see my hand here. I want these muscles here to be long. So it doesn't matter if the knee is bent, because this bit of your leg, the top bit, is straight. Holding here, just taking nice deep breath. I really like this stretch. From there, just relax out of that position. Slowly bring yourself up either to kneeling or to standing. And we can take a stretch. So from here, we're just going to roll those shoulders back. Just nice big circles. And forwards. Bring those arms out nice and long. We're lifting all the way up. We're stretching over. Come back to the centre. Lifting all the way up. And over. One more time on each side, lifting up. And over. We're lifting up and over and relaxing there. Thank you so much for joining me today. So thank you to everyone for joining me today and throughout the week. Again, as always, I hope you've been enjoying the sessions. Any questions or anything like that, let me know, especially on those stretches if you're unsure. Just drop me a message. I think we've just finished now the 11th week, which seems really crazy. But as I've said throughout, I'll keep bringing these classes to you for as long as I can. So don't worry about my niggles and pains that I'm feeling. This is just as good for me as it is for you guys. I imagine that I would have just been in front of the television with a biscuit if I hadn't been doing this. So I appreciate it for myself as much as I do for you guys. Have a lovely weekend. I think it's supposed to rain, but try and enjoy it as much as you can. And I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.